Good morning, children. It's me. I'm gonna give you a real swift and real professional Potomac. And when I say real swift, I mean like that. I gotta pull up my notes, but we're gonna start off with what I didn't type in my notes because it really didn't matter. Monique got gas. Like, all we saw of her this week was really her having gas. Don't look at my hair, girl. It's a mess. She's been so boring this season. I understand that she's pregnant and everything, but she bores me. She bores me down. She bores me. Robin has been relatively boring, but Robin is relatively boring. She's my fave. Don't get me wrong. We love Robin Dress for Less. Robin Ross Dress for Less. You left your blinds open last night, Dixon. We love her down. But she's boring. She's boring. Giselle has been boring this season. Karen has been relatively boring this season. Honey, is she on the sidewalk, girl? Oh, it's a man. I don't know him. Is he new to the hood? He finna be in this video. Let me hold on. I be trying to be nice and not catch folks in the video. Anywho, everybody was just boring this season. This season really didn't give me too much, but it kept my attention to the end. And y'all know that's very rare for a reality television show to do. So I guess it really wasn't that boring. Because here I am at the finale, and I believe I've reviewed every episode this season. So how boring was it really? Don't look at my bleach stains. I don't know what happened. I put this in the machine with all the other clothes, and only this shirt ended up with a bleach stain. Now, I ain't put no bleach in the machine. I'm like, girl, where did you come from? Where are you going? What are we doing? You know, I don't have my singing throat on yet. It's too early. Giselle takes her daughters to go get facials, and she tells them, you know, y'all are blessed because I didn't have my first facial until I was 20 years old. And Adore clocks her mama and says she's had some sort of a work done, and I can believe it. I can. Girl, this hair, it's not giving me. It looks just, there's a braid here, but in that lighting, it looks like just a nappy situation. A nappy situation. I have it pushed back instead of pulled forward with my, you know, my signature baby swoops. My signature baby swoop. We're gonna push them back. Anywho, that little scene, it was like a blink of an eye moment. It was really a vignette. But it was a cute little moment with Giselle and the girls. There were a couple other people and a couple other vignettes, but I couldn't care. That moment reminded me of way back in the day, probably 15 years ago. Maybe not that long ago, but over 10 years ago, back when I used to watch Kimora Life in the Fab Lane, and Ming was getting her hair straightened for the first time, and Kimora was just crying down because, you know, she wasn't allowed. She didn't straighten her hair until she was like 13, and Ming was like 8. And she was just, oh, my baby, she's just growing up. She got her hair straightened. Oh. It kind of reminded me of that moment. It was cute. Ashley pregnant or whatever. She wanted to tell her mama. See, what I don't understand, you've been dragging us and your mom along with you for the whole season on this I'm trying to get pregnant journey. You done called your mama way when you was in the Caymans. You called over to your mama and said, well, no, not this month. I got my period this month. Like, she has been a part of this journey. And then you want to try to have this pregnancy reveal like it was just like, surprise, we pregnant. No, girl, she knew you was about to be pregnant. Or you was leaning towards pregnancy. She knew because you had been calling her and telling her, and girl, my stomach growling. You just, all this you have been doing involving your mama, who I still want to know why she was so gung-ho about meeting the daddy. It was on my nerves. That mama worked my nerves on this very season. She did. She sure did. But getting Ashley out the way, she pregnant. They go on down to the doctor. The doctor like, yeah, girl, you pregnant. And husband is like, oof, she pregnant. Because, you know, he 878 years old. He really didn't want to have, and he had been telling her for seasons he didn't want to have no baby with her. But, you know, he had went out and grabbed these booties, and he had to make it up to her somehow. And he made it up to her by putting that old looking baby in her. Because that baby looked just like his daddy. He cute, just as cute as he could be, but that baby looked just like Michael. Honey, that baby, he old looking in the face because he looked just like his old daddy. That's just what it is. That's what it is. Is that everything about Ashley? I think so. Karen is getting ready to have this not lunch, sniffing party. They having a sniffing party. So Karen done called the girls over. Hey, y'all, come on over to the party. We gonna sniff this perfume. And that was her whole big to-do. She went over and visited Monique for a minute, and that's, you know, right before she got to Monique's house is when we found out Monique had gas. Like, I'd be so bored. I'd really be so bored. Let me see. Mrs. and Mrs. Bryant Dixon go looking at Mrs. Bryant Dixon's new home that she just purchased, and they're getting ready to move in because Mrs. Bryant Dixon is paying the mortgage on her, you know, the home she's in now, and she paying, I think she said, the mortgage on this new home. I don't know. She paying a lot of money for a lot of homes, and she said money was getting thin, and I was like, Mrs. Bryant Dixon, Mrs. Graves Bryant Dixon, didn't you realize that the money was gonna start getting thin before you bought the new house? You ain't budget all that? I didn't understand, because you got the renovations. You had to put the $1.9 million down for the house. Then I thought somebody was walking up on me. I thought. Then you got to pay the mortgage over at, you know, the home you're staying in, or the rent or whatever it was. Then you got 3 identical daughters. They need clothes, shoes, food, hair care. They got hair. You got to care for it. You know, then you got to buy your weaves and wigs, and your too tight leopard print pants. Honey, you got expenses. But anyway, Mrs. Bryant Dixon and Mrs. Graves Bryant Dixon go on over to the new house, and Mrs. Bryant Dixon is giving, well, you know, your windows cracked and this, that, and the other, and I just really think you should have tore this down. And I'm like, was you gonna put down some money to have the house rebuilt after it was tore down, Mrs. Bryant Dixon? Like, girl, you tried it. Don't be out here counting other people's monies and telling them what to do with it. Baby, you can't count your own. Now, I know that's a little bit of a low blow since, you know, what happened with your money happened, but look, I'm telling you with love, because I love you. Don't try that. Don't be out here telling other folks to tear down their house and build it from the ground up. You ain't tear down your little hovel. Honey, we got over there wasn't no toilets, daughter, wasn't no outlets, girl. Honey, wasn't no flow. And you gonna come over here to Mrs. Graves Bryant Dixon's house and say, you need to tear all this down. Tear it down, girl, and start over. Girl, if you don't call me back with something else. Anyway, let's see. They get over there, they you know, we at the house, the new house, and they get to talking about Katie and Karen. And I just don't understand, because it was Giselle mostly. It's been Giselle mostly the whole time, and I just don't understand who Giselle she talks about everybody but her studsman, Mrs. Bryant Dixon. Like, she talks about everybody on the show but her studsman. She talks about Karen, she talks about Katie, she talks about Ashley, she talks about Monique, definitely. She talks about Candace and Candace's mama. She talks about her studsman, Robin, Ross dressed for less, you left your blinds open last night. Dixon, Bryant Dixon. Her husband, not her. She talks about Juan. She talks about Michael. She talks about, it ain't Curtis. What's his name? Curtis was supposed to love me. Grandpapa. Grandpapa that always needs to be shaved. Why he don't never be shaved? Karen's husband was Ray. She talks about Ray. Giselle talks about every living body on this show but Robin, Ross dressed for less, you left your blinds open last night, Dixon. I just don't understand. These folks supposed to be your friend on the show. You know, on the show, we understand it's television. You going all out to eat and carrying on, and honey, out on vacations with these women, and all you do is talk about them. I just absolutely never. I hope when I'm 52, 53, like Giselle is, I really hope I just don't, because I don't do that now. So I really don't want it to happen as an adult, as a grown person. I really don't want to be talking about my friends all the time. Like, that's so ghetto. Oof. But she dressed like she in Baps, so it tracks. It makes sense. It aligns. Anywho, Giselle keeps going on and on about investors, and Karen has investors, so we don't know if the company really is hers or not. And it's like, girl, Jay-Z got investors. Everybody got investors. Everybody got investors in their company. Everybody got investors in their company. They got investors. Like, girl, I don't know what that little ditty was, but every living body got investors. What do you think the stock market is, daughter? What do you think the stock market is? She just, I don't have any investors. I don't have any partners. It's just me and every hue. Like, daughter, you done partnered up with Target. I went down to the Target the other day and they had a little bit of sliver of your makeup in there. Like, girl, she really be acting like she know, but she don't know. With her too tight leopard print pants on. Girl, she works me. She works me. Anywho, Candace called over to her mama and say, girl, we gonna pay the mortgage from henceforth. And the mama like, okay. You gonna pay for the lawn service too? You go with the pool cleaning? Honey, pay for it all. At some point, Candace says that I'm not going to argue with a 50-something-year-old woman. And it's like, girl, first of all, I would have gave Dorothy 60-something quiet as a kid, but I think it might be that voice. She got a Mama Joyce voice. But girl, who gonna fight with you over you want to pay your way? Like, I'm not gonna fight with you, girl, over you want to pay the mortgage. Daughter, you staying here? Pay it. Have a good time. Have a wonderful, wonderful time paying the mortgage. Pay it. Anyway, Juan and Robin Ross dressed for less. You left your blinds open last night. Dixon, go to the tattoo shop. And what kind of ghetto tattoo shop? Every tattoo shop I've ever been to. Now, mind you, sorry, I had to put my arm. I didn't have to. I put my armrest down so I could lead. Give you a little side lead. Every tattoo shop I've gone to has a big old sign, either on the front door or just inside the door, that says, "No children allowed." I got my first tattoo at 14, and the daughters in there, Chad, who did my tattoo, was really trying to figure out, like, how old are you? I was in there with my mama. My mama like, she 14, and I'm a sign for it. So we cool. When I went back for my second tattoo at 16, they was looking at me again, like, I ain't sure. Let me pause it. I don't want him in here. So he so busy looking in this car, he done dropped his phone, honey, and he just all outside the window hollering. He on the phone talking. He done dropped the phone. I just took him for quite a while to get on by this window. But yeah, even when I went to the tattoo parlor at 18 on my own, able to sign for myself as a full-grown adult to get this nose ring, they was looking like, are you old enough? Because I got, a young face. That's what they tell me, honey. I feel like I look my age, but it's been said that I have a young face. And every year around April, May, they start asking me what I'm wearing to prom. Total strangers. You ready for prom? Ma'am, I have graduated. I'm about to come up on my union, daughter. I'm seasoned. I'm not in high school and I'm not looking to go back. Anyway, yeah, so they at the tattoo shop, Robin and Juan, and they get some tattoos of some hearts on their inner finger to signify their love. Girl, does anybody care? Raise your hand if you care. I know I changed the key a little midway in that hand. I dropped it a half step. That's okay. That's okay, because I realized that I couldn't really get where I was trying to go. And the Lord said, if you just doop, right on there, doop. And I said, Lord, I will. Thank you. And that's what I did. It's just the way it is. Anyway, child, we get to Karen's sniffing party, daughter, and we see Ray over there. Ray just needs a haircut, and I'm going to say it whenever I feel like saying it. Ray needs a haircut. Somebody get over there and cut Ray's head. I mean, the whole round of the head, the beard, the hair. Just somebody shape him up. Shape him. Ain't no reason for him to be going around looking like that. Now, you may be saying, looking at the screen, ain't no reason for you to be going around looking like you looking, but it's 7:20 in the morning and I ain't been to sleep. I'm not rested. I haven't, styled myself for the day. And, I got, we got a little work to do this week on my hair. But, Dortress, somebody shape up Ray. Karen, you be out here, you done got your wig life together this season. Except for when you went to New Orleans, baby, them braids, daughter. And you just out here got Ray just looking. He looked like he smelled like sardines. He don't look like he smelled like La Home or La Dome or La anybody, girl. He looks like he smells like sardines. I don't see it for that. Anyway, we find out, or maybe everybody else knew, but I found out that Karen and Dot are good girlfriends. They, hey, and they, on each cheek. And I'm just like, girl, I guess. Anyway, Katie shows up and Katie looked good. I said, Katie, this is what I've been looking for, daughter. Honey, she had that wig laying, girl, just sleek. I said, yes, God. And then she went around told Karen that she ain't took no bath and put on no deodorant. And I said, now, Katie, we was clapping for you. We was giving you, yes, all right, work it out. Go, Katie. We was giving you all of that. And you done come around and told us that you're musty. What better place to be than at a sniffing party? Musty. What better place to be? If you're going to be musty, go somewhere where everybody's sniffing the air. That's what you do. That's what we all do. I'm being sarcastic for those of y'all that didn't catch it. Giselle and Karen also looked good. They looked good. That dress on Giselle was beautiful. Her hair was a little brassy for my taste, but was laid nonetheless. Karen looked nice. She looked like she was the mother of the bride, but that's all right. She looked nice. The hair, has been on point all season. She really didn't switch it up with the hair or anything. Robin looked like Robin. Robin is a beautiful woman. If you ask me who takes a better photograph, Robin Dixon hands down. Out of Robin and Giselle, Robin Dixon hands down mugs the camera as far as photographs. Now, Candid's moving pictures, television show, sitting next to Giselle, Robin, you look like me, daughter. You look like me. You look just a little dusty sitting next to Giselle. But on photograph, Giselle can't touch Robin. She can't touch Robin on a still picture. She can't do it. She just simply can't. Especially when Robin got her hair long. Giselle can't do nothing with it. She can't. Giselle is beautiful. She's statuesque. She can't touch Robin in a still photograph. She can't do it. That's what I'm gonna say. Monique, I think, was there. She had looked pregnant, girl. Pregnant. Ashley was there. She was pregnant, and everybody was like, why you drinking water? You pregnant? And she gonna say, nah, girl, I'm on a cleanse. Like, girl, you been telling everybody all season how bad you want to get pregnant. And then you done got pregnant, and you drinking water at the party where everybody expects you to be drinking liquor, and they realize that you pregnant, and you gonna lie. I don't understand. See, this is what I don't get about people who involve people in their business. See, I'm not the type of person that involves anybody in my business. I'm not going to be telling all my good girlfriends, yes, girl, we trying to get pregnant. Me and my granddaddy. We trying to have us a baby. See, I'm not going to be doing all that. I'm going to pop up when I pop up. Might pop up with the baby. And you just be like, who baby that? Look like you? It's mine. Yeah, this my baby. Done had it. Sure did. You ain't tell me you was pregnant. I mean, I really didn't feel the need to. My uterus. Like, I'm that type of girl, so I don't understand involving everybody in this pre-pregnancy. And then when you get pregnant, you don't tell nobody you pregnant, except your mama, who already knew you was trying to get pregnant. I ain't understand. Anyway, it's some naked heifers. It was some naked heifers passing out the perfume. They was so tacky. They had on very, very cheap Party City body paint. I mean, it wasn't even rubbed in good. Like, it wasn't they didn't do 2 coats. Do 2 coats. At least 2. Honey, they had it on. They had, looked like they was Eve, honey, out the Garden of Eden. They was giving you, leaves on the titties and leaves on the crotch. And I was just like, why is they here naked in body paint, handing out perfume? Like, what's the theme? What are we doing? What's going on? Oh, what's going on? Can you tell me what's going on? Everybody takes a moment and they sniff the parfum, honey, and everybody at the function like, oh, Karen, Karen. And then in the confessionals, they're like, it smelled like an old lady. I was just like, dang. I mean, good Lord. See, this why with friends like these, because if I ain't like it, I'd be like, Karen, this is not for me. I believe it's a lovely fragrance. I personally, it does not really. My palate differs from yours. And I support you anyway, girl. I put the link up on my website, daughter. I'll tweet it. Whatever you need me to do. For me, though, you're not going to sniff me wearing it, though. I'm not going to come to your house wearing your perfume. I'm not. Might give it to my mama. She might like it. Might give it to one of my cousins now. But as for me, that's what I would have given if I didn't like it. Giselle at some point said she felt like she was about 35, 36 at most. And I said, now, Giselle, you may feel that way, daughter, but it's not the case. It's not. So we zoom on, though. I forgot Karen gave a speech dedicated to perfume to her mama. It was the 1-year anniversary of her mother's passing, and she will be dearly and sorely missed. Rest in peace. We fast forward, honey, to present day. Not even present day. Like 10 months ago. What was the time? What was the scheduling for this? Usually the scheduling aligns a little better with these Bravo reality TV shows. This seemed like it was recorded like 2 years ago. Like, dog. It ended with the beginning of Ashley's pregnancy, but Ashley done had the baby like 2 months old. Maybe not. It ended with the end of Monique's pregnancy. We about to have Monique's baby's first birthday. Like, what is going on? The baby done had a surgery. I think it was a little heart surgery or something he done had. I was praying for him like months ago. He been on the earth for months. What was the recording? What was the schedule? Anyway, so yeah, Monique had her baby, little baby Chase. At some point, she did the thing that I hate to see people do, which is put the baby's pacifier in their mouth. I don't know about you, but I got germs. I have germs. And I understand that the baby done come out of you, this your baby. But you have adult germs. I'm, a little sniffy right now, a little nasally. Honey, my nose is a little stuffy. I wouldn't want to put that in my baby. I wouldn't. Why you done ate this baby pacifier and then get it back? I don't understand. I had an auntie, but this woman, and if you watch it, I don't like you anyway, so it just is what it is. Breastfed her baby till the baby was like 4 or 5 years old. The baby come in eating fried chicken and asking for breast. I'm like, girl, but this same woman chewed up the baby's food well past the time that you would theoretically be chewing your baby's food. Now, I still just don't really think I should be chewing anybody else's food, baby or not. Baby, adult, elder, any of those age ranges. I feel like I don't need to chew your food. We can blend it up if we need to. We can find other ways to get you some food that you can, ingest. I don't need to chew your food. But my aunt chewed up this baby food. The baby got teeth, and you chewing up the baby food. I never, and I won't. Anyway, we find out in the little end updates that Dot and Tandy ain't talking. Robin made $36,000. We praise God for the increase. Now, he done made it back around this block a little quicker than he did last time. Now, he getting on my nerves. I'm gonna wrap this up. Giselle moved into the new house. We praise God for that. Ashley gave birth to her husband, and I can't wait for the finale. Like, comment, subscribe, and all things you 2%. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.